Thank you. Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna, all the kids. So good to see you all back in the second week of this year in our sessions. So we'll chant Hare Krishna before we proceed to our discussion. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So do you all remember where we stopped last week? Our stories. Does anybody remember? Where did we stop last week? Oh, I don't hear any one of you speaking. Okay, go ahead, Geeta.
I think we stopped when Vasudev dropped Krishna in
So can you say
in Yashoda's where Yashoda's daughter was and took her, and when they were there, Kamsa was about to kill her.
We did cover all those. I thought that we stopped at the place where Vasudeva was trying to convince Kamsa not to kill Devaki.
Yeah, I was kind of messed up sometimes.
No problem. We will go in a sequence. I know that all of you know these stories, but the thing that we are trying is to know them in more detail in the sequence and also try to understand the philosophy or the thing that Krishna wants to teach us. So we have discussed how demons behave and how devotees behave. So we learned that. And we also learned that demons never cares for any good instructions given by anybody. They just think about themselves and their sense gratification. Even though Kamsa is a very bad person and he's doing bad thing, Vasudev was trying to pacify him by speaking good to him. He was not blaming him. See, generally, if anybody is doing bad thing, and if we want to teach them good thing, we go and start blaming them, saying that, oh, you are bad. You're doing this. You should not be doing that like that. But here, Vasudev is actually trying to speak in a way, it looks like he's not blaming, but he's trying to make some sense into Kamsa's brain that he doesn't kill. And also Vasudev is not giving up. He didn't give up when he know that Kamsa is going to kill his wife. He tried his best not to, not that happen. And Vasudev is famous for his word of honor. That if he gives a word, he will remember that and he will try to follow that. So that is another quality of a devotees. So that's what until there we have learned. So we have to read from here. So Kamsa has heard a voice in the sky saying that Devaki Vasudev's 8th kid will kill him. Hearing that voice, Kamsa suddenly became violent and started to kill Devaki, who is his sister. Devaki's father and Kamsa's father are brothers. So Kamsa was very bad and cruel king, and all his friends are also of the same nature. So that's when Vasudeva was starting speaking. So we'll start from here. So somebody can raise their hand to read, and then we will discuss. Today we will go and complete the prayers until the prayers of Devi Devtas, and if possible, we'll see that Krishna be born. Okay, you all can raise your hands and we can read. So I see Bhumi's hand. So go ahead, Bhumi, read the first 3 paragraphs of this page that you see.
Kamsa knew the value of Vasudeva's word of honor, and he was convinced by his argument. For the time being, he desisted from the heinous killing of his sister. Thus Vasudeva was pleased and praised in the decision of Kamsa. In this way he returned to his home. Each year thereafter, in due course of time, Devaki gave birth to a child. Thus she gave birth to the eighth male child as well as one daughter. When the first son was born, Vasudeva kept his word of honor and immediately brought the child before Kamsa. It is said that Vasudeva was very much elevated and famous for his word of honor, and he wanted to maintain his fame. Although it was very painful for Vasudeva to hand over the newly born child, Kamsa was very glad to receive him. But he became a little compassionate with the behavior of Vasudeva, and this event is very exemplary. For a great soul like Vasudeva, there is nothing considered to be painful in the course of discharging one's duty. A learned, a learned person like Vasudeva carries out his duties without hesitation. On the other hand, a demon like Kamsa never hesitates in committing any abo- abominable action. It is said, therefore, that a saintly person can tolerate all kinds of miserable conditions of life. A learned man can discharge his duties without awaiting favorable circumstances. A generous person like Kamsa can act in any sinful way. A devotee can sacrifice everything to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So Kamsa pretty much know that Vasudev will keep his word. If he promises something, he's going to follow that. So in due course of time, Devaki gave birth to 8 male children and 1 daughter. First time when they had the first baby, Vasudev took that baby with a lot of pain because he know what Kamsa is going to do. Kamsa is going to not keep the baby safe. Vasudev know that. But still he took because he gave a word to Kamsa. Even though Kamsa is an evil person, Vasudev is great devotee. He knows how to act and he knows how to tolerate when something miserable happens in life, because he knows that life is a combination of bad and good things. And if we learn to tolerate both of them, we have to tolerate both of them, not only bad things, good things also we have to tolerate. If we don't have patience during good things happening, we may get proud and we may do some offenses. So Vasudev is a great devotee. So he understands that if really what is that Vasudev is doing. Do you all feel like why Vasudev is giving those babies to Kamsa when Kamsa, he knows that Kamsa is going to kill those babies? What do you all think is the driving factor behind Vasudev for doing all those things? Okay, Daksha, you raised your hand.
Because he promised Kamsa that he'll give his children.
That is one point, but there is another point if you all notice. Mihika, that's a good point, Daksha.
Since Vasudev is the devotee of the Lord, he doesn't want to like lose the word of honor. He wants to keep his promise.
It's the same thing, but devotees keep word of honor, but I'm looking for something else. What was the driving factor behind Vasudev taking all the 7 kids before all the kids to Kamsa? Anybody else? Any guess? Bhumi, go ahead. I see your hand.
Because he had given his word.
All 3 of you are talking about word of honor. There is one more point. What did the voice told? What did the voice from the sky predicted? Go ahead, Mihika. I see you raising your hand.
That basically the 8th child of Devaki will kill Kamsa.
Okay.
It was warning Kamsa.
Okay, so do you derive something from that? Omkar, you raised your hand, but you went back again. Do you have any answer?
The voice from the sky said that one of the 8 children of Devaki would be the one to kill Kamsa.
Yeah. So somebody who will kill Kamsa will be who? Manhar. Manhar, you raised your hand. Do you have any answer?
So for the voice in the sky said that Lord Vishnu will kill Kamsa.
So Lord Vishnu is going to come. Krishna is going to come and kill Kamsa. So Vasudev know that he has to give birth to 8 children and 8th child will be God. So he is not hesitating to take the trouble for the arrival of the Lord. Like he knows that if he give the first child, if he give birth to 8 kids, then only Lord will come. If he completely stops giving birth, or if he don't give the first child and go and give it to Kamsa, then the chances of Krishna being born are less. So he knows that he is being a part of Krishna's plan and he is going through some pain, but he is a saintly person, a devotee of God. So he is tolerating that pain as a service to the Lord, because Lord is going to be born, in his in Devaki's womb as the 8th child. So Vasudev knows that. So he keeps his word of honor. Keeping that word of honor is also for the service of the Lord, because he clearly hears that instruction. He hears that 8th child is going to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is going to kill Kamsa. So he has to make everything ready for the Lord to appear. So that's what Vasudev, that's why the act of Vasudev is called as doing his duty for the service, as a service of the Lord. Okay, now who is going to read next? You all have to use the Zoom and raise your hands. Okay, I see Manhar, go ahead. From this para, Kamsa.
Where do I read?
Here, Kamsa became.
Okay, Kamsa became satisfied by the action of Vasudev. He was surprised to see Vasudev keeping his promise and being compassionate upon him and pleased. He began to speak as follows. My dear Vasudev, you need not present this child to me. I am not in danger from this child. I've heard that the 8th child born of you and Devaki will kill me. Why should I accept this child unnecessarily? You can take him back. When Vasudev was returning home with his firstborn child, although he was pleased by the behavior of Kamsa, he could not believe in him because he knew that Kamsa was uncontrolled. An atheistic person cannot be firm in his word of honor. One who cannot control the senses cannot be steady in his determination.
Very good. So when Vasudev gave the baby to Kamsa, Kamsa was little compassionate towards the baby. He thought that, okay, this baby is not going to give me any trouble. 8th baby is going to give me trouble. So he told Vasudev that you can take this baby back. But there is a story behind all those babies also. We will discuss that. So he told that you can take this baby back because this baby is not going to be trouble for me. But Vasudev know that Kamsa will not keep his word of honor, because that is very difficult to keep your word. To keep your word, you need to have control on your senses. Let's say you all promise to your mom or dad that I will study, I will chant, and I won't waste my time on phone, or I won't waste my time on TV. You require a lot of determination to do that. So demons, they cannot do that because they want sense enjoyment. They want the enjoyment. They don't like to take any trouble for higher causes. So demons, they are always having trouble doing that. So now we'll go to next. Okay, Mihika, go ahead and read the first paragraph, and then Omkar will read later.
At that time, the great sage Narada came to Kamsa. He was informed of Kamsa's becoming compassionate to Vasudev and returning his firstborn child. Narada was very eager to accelerate the descendant of Lord Krishna, as soon as possible. He therefore informed Kamsa that in Vrindavan, personalities like Nanda and Maharaj and all the other cowherd men and their wives, and on the other side Vasudev, his father Sursen, and all his relatives born in the family of Vrishni of the Yadu dynasty, along with all their friends and well-wishers, were actually demigods. Narada warned Kamsa to be careful of them, since Kamsa and his friends and advisors were all demons. Demons are always afraid of demigods. After being thus informed by Narada about the variance of the demigods in different families, Kamsa at once became very much alarmed. He understood that since the demigods had already appeared, Lord Vishnu must be coming soon. He at once arrested both his brother-in-law Vasudev and Devaki and put them behind prison bars.
Kamsa was little compassionate, but Narada know that those 7 kids, they don't like to live also, and Krishna has to come quickly. So he want to accelerate the process. So he goes and he hints Kamsa that, what are you thinking? Already all the arrangements are made for your enemy to be born. All the demigods are born in Vrindavan, in your family and everywhere. So you never know who is Krishna. All these people are going to help Krishna to kill you. You should not be leaving this kid. Then Kamsa again got like, no, let me not leave this kid. So he, at that point, he will bring Nanda Maharaj and Devaki, and he will put them in prison. Omkar, you go ahead. Omkar? Okay, Omkar. Okay, go ahead.
At the, where are we?
Within the prison.
Within the prison, shackled in iron chains, Vasudeva and Devaki gave birth to a male child a year after year. And Kamsa, thinking each of the babies to be the incarnation of Vishnu, killed them one after another. He was particularly afraid of the 8th child, but after the visit of Narada, he came to the conclusion that any child might be Krishna. Therefore, it was better to kill all the babies who took birth from Devaki and Vasudeva.
Okay.
Kamsa was made aware of his previous birth by the grace of Narada. He learned that in his previous birth he had been a demon of the name Kalanemi, and that he had been killed by Vishnu. Having now taken his birth in the Bocha family, he decided to become the deadly enemy of the Yadu dynasty. Krishna was going to take birth in that family, and Kamsa was very much afraid that he would be killed by Krishna, just as he had been killed in his last birth. He first of all imprisoned his father Ugrasena because he was the chief king among the Yadu, Bhoja, and the Andaka dynasties, and he also occupied the kingdom of Surasena, Vasudeva's father. He declared himself the king of all such places.
So do you all see how the evilness of Kamsa is coming out? So after Narada came and spoke to him, Kamsa at once got alarmed, and he thought that I am not going to leave any kid. Any kid can be the incarnation of Vishnu, and any child can be Krishna, and he's going to be threat for me. So I'm going to kill all the children. He not only did that, but he also arrested his own father and Vasudev's father Surasena, and all the kingdoms of Edu dynasty, and he became king of all of them. So he was kind of becoming like a monarch. And Narada also told him about his previous life, that you are a demon, you are a demon named Kalanemi in your previous life, and Vishnu killed you. Not only in this life, in your previous life also, Lord Vishnu is your enemy. So you should not be underestimating them. You have to take revenge. So Kamsa is all set, and he tried to behave like a monarch. So for him, only he needs to be saved. He has fear of Krishna. For that, he's being rude and cruel with everybody, with his own father, with his sister's father, everybody. He's like, he has shown all his bad side. Next, who is going to read next? I need hands. Let me see. So I have Kanta. Is that Govinda? Okay, Govinda, go ahead. And then Shaisha. Okay, go ahead, Govinda.
Not only occupied the kingdom of the Yadu, Bhoja, and Adhamika dynasty and the king of Suryasena, but he also made alliance with all the other demoniac kingdom. As follow the demon Palamba, demon Baka, demon Kanur, demon
Chanura.
and Tranavarta, Tranavarta, Aghasur, demon Mustika, demon Arishta, demon Divida, demon Putana, demon Keshi, and demon Denuka. At that time, Jarasandha, as the king of the Magadha province, known at present as the Bhira state. Thus, by the duplication, Palunsi Kamsa consolidated the most powerful kingdom of the time under the protection of Jarasandha. He made future alliances with such kings and Bhanasura and Bhumasura until he was the strongest. Then he began to behave most inimical towards the Yadu dynasty, into which Krishna was to take his birth.
So the reason I put this information in this slide is I want you all to know what kind of friends Kamsa has made. And if you all remember, you all may be familiar with all these demons. Are you?
I know what is Baka demon.
Bakasura.
Oh.
See, all these demons, what did they do later?
They want to kill him.
Okay, Daksha, go ahead. So rise. Okay, that was right, Govinda.
Who's Divada?
So all these demon friends of Kamsa has helped him in his demon act of killing Krishna. One after the other, all of them attacked Krishna later. And Jarasandha is the father of his wife. So Kamsa is like, he has all bad friends only. No, none of them told him that he should not be doing what he is doing. Instead, all of them helped him to do what he wanted to do. So all these are his friends. So he not only occupied these kingdoms, but he also made alliances because with all these demonic friends. So he's actually preparing himself with all demon friends to fight against Krishna. Okay. So thank you, Govinda, for reading. Shaisha, go ahead.
When Kamsa was killing the 6 babies of Devaki and Vasudeva, one after another, many friends and relatives of Kamsa approached him and requested him to discontinue these heinous activities. But all of them became worshippers of Kamsa. Should I read the next paragraph?
Yeah, go ahead and read, Kana.
When Devaki became pregnant for the seventh time, a plenary expansion of Krishna known as Ananta appeared within her womb. Devaki was overwhelmed with both jubilation and lamentation. She was joyful, for she could understand that Lord Vishnu had taken shelter within her womb. But at the same time, she was sorry that as soon as her child would come out, Kamsa would kill him.
Okay, go ahead and finish this also.
At that time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, began compassionate upon the Yadus who were fearful. Yadus who were fearful due to the atrocities committed by Kamsa, ordered the appearance of the Yogamaya, his internal potency. Krishna is the Lord of the universe, but he is especially the Lord of the Yuga dynasty.
So when Krishna was killing those 6 babies, everybody advised him not to do that. But Kamsa. When Kamsa was killing those 6 babies, everybody advised him, don't do this, Kamsa. This is so heinous act. Nobody will do that. Any human will not do that. But Kamsa was doing, and later they all got convinced by Kamsa's words. And Devaki was pregnant with the 7th child. She felt very jubilant and happy. She thought that, oh, Krishna is coming. But actually, she was having Balram in her tummy. At that time, Krishna ordered Yogamaya, his internal potency, also to take birth. Now, what happens next? We will see that. Like, no, now Balram is there. So Balarama is elder brother of Krishna. He's going to appear as elder brother of Krishna as the 7th child of Devaki and Vasudeva. Okay, who is next reading? Okay, anybody who did not take turn so far? I have Manhar, Mihika, Onkar, Bhumi, and Saisha take turn, Govinda. Anybody who didn't read so far, they can take the turn if you all can read. Okay. Okay, since we all read once, everybody, and no new people are raising. Daksha. Okay, Daksha, go ahead.
Yogamaya is the principal potency of the
Personality of Godhead.
Personality of Godhead in the Vedas is
Stated
that the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has
multi-possibilities,
potencies.
Parasaya Sikthir Vividhaya Sruyate. Okay, go ahead and read all the different potencies.
All the different personalities are acting externally
and internally.
And Yogamaya is the chief of all potencies. The Lord ordered the appearance of Yogamaya in the land of
Vrajabhumi
in Vrindavan, which is always decorated full of beautiful cows. In Vrindavan, Rohini, one of the wives of Vasudeva, was residing at the house of King Nanda and Queen Yashoda. Not only Rohini, but many others in the Yadu dynasty were scattered all over the country due to their fear of
atrocities
of Kamsa. Some of them were even living in the caves of the mountains.
Good job, Daksha. So Lord ordered Yogamaya to take birth in Vrindavan. So Rohini is another wife of Vasudeva. When Kamsa was occupying all the kingdoms, he went and occupied his own, he kind of prisoned his own father. He also prisoned Vasudev's father and everybody. Then Vasudeva kept his wife and some of his people under the protection of King Nanda and Yashoda. So Rohini was born in, Yogamaya was born. Krishna ordered Yogamaya, his internal potency, to be born in Brajabhumi. The Lord thus informed Yogamaya, until the imprisonment of Kamsa or Devaki and Vasudeva, and at the present moment, my plenary expansion, Sesha, is within the womb of Devaki. You can arrange the transfer of Sesha from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. After this arrangement, I am personally going to appear in the womb of Devaki with my full potencies. Then I shall appear as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, and you shall appear as the daughter of Nanda and Asoda in Vrindavana. Since you will appear as my contemporary sister, since you will quickly satisfy desires for sense gratification, people within the world will worship you with all kinds of valuable presentations, insane candles, flowers, and offering of sacrifice. People who are after materialistic perfection will worship you under the different forms of your expansions, which will be named Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chendika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sarada, and Ambika. So Krishna called his internal potency Yogamaya, and he told, now what are you going to do is, you are going to transfer Balarama, Anantashesha, who is in the womb of Devaki, to the womb of Rohini. And after that, okay, who has this question? Somebody texted me, they have a question. I have to see the name. Manhar. Okay, Manhar, I will answer your question after this slide. So he asked Yogamaya to transfer Balarama from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. So Balarama was transferred from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb, and he was born there. And Devaki felt as if she lost the child, but the child was not lost. He was just taken from her womb to another womb, that is Rohini. And Krishna ordered Yogamaya to be born there at Ashoda's as a daughter of Ashoda and Nand Maharaj, and he will be born as son of Devaki and Vasudev. And Yogamaya is called in this world as Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya. So nowadays Navaratris are happening, and people are praying to her in all these names. They do Durga prayers, they do Kali prayers, Vaishnavi prayers. They call her with different names and they pray to her. So that's what Krishna told. Okay, Manhar, what is your question?
Mataji, my question is that why is Yogamaya's name there like is Krishna?
Oh, she was also called like that. It's like a female name of Krishna. So she will be called like that too. Krishna Priya like that. So she will be called like that too. Like Narayana is male form of Narayani, like that. So sister of Narayana. In that way. Okay. Mihika. Yes, there is a relationship and a story behind that, the 6 children. So I'm going to reveal it next week when it comes up. So I got your question too. So
Okay,
yeah, there is a story. Who are those 6 children? Why they were killed by Kamsa like that, and why they didn't like to live further. So there is a story also. Okay. Krishna and Yogamaya appeared as brother and sister, the supreme powerful and the supreme power. Although there is no clear distinction between the powerful and the power, power is always subordinate to the powerful. Let's say you have energy. Can your energy work without you? Like, let's say you have a lot of energy. Can your energy work without you separately? Can you see that separate from you? Oh. And can it work separately on its own?
No.
You have to use your energy, then it will work, right? So you need to, you will be using it, your energy, and then something happens. So energy is not independent. It cannot work by its own. It's always subordinate to the person who is possessing it and who is using it. So that's what here. So Krishna and Yogamaya appeared as brother and sister. And the Lord also declared to Yogamaya, my plenary expansion, Anantashesha is within the womb of Devaki. On account of being forcefully attracted to the womb of Rohini, he will be known as Sankarshana and will be the source of all spiritual power or bhala, by which one can attain the highest bliss of life, which is called Ramana. Therefore, the plenary portion Ananta will be known after his appearance either as Sankarshana, as Balarama. So Bala does not mean only the physical strength. Bala also means that spiritual strength, intelligent selves, knowledge and all. So without mercy of Balarama, we cannot know Krishna. So Balarama will be called as Balaram, Anantasesha will be called as Balarama or Sankarshana, because he attracts, He himself got attracted to the womb of Rohini, and also he attracts living entities also. So he is known as Sankarshana. So in the Upanishads, it is said that Nayamatma Balahinena Labhyaha. The purport is that one cannot attain the supreme platform of self-realization without being sufficiently favored by Balarama. Bala does not mean physical strength. No one can attain spiritual perfection by physical strength. One must have spiritual strength, which is infused by Balarama or Sankarshana. Ananta or Sesha is the source of power, which sustains all the planets in their different positions. Materially, the sustaining power is known as the law of gravitation, but actually it is a display of potency of Sankarshana. Balarama or Sankarshana is the source of the spiritual power or the original spiritual master. So Balarama is actually the original spiritual master. So all the spiritual masters that we see in this world who are living are nothing but sharing the mercy of Balarama with us, or also are working under the guidance of Balarama. They are representatives of Balarama. So he is the spiritual master, spiritual power, and all the spiritual masters are representatives of him. We will not be able to get Krishna or learn anything without a master. Like even if you in your schools, you have a teacher to teach you how to do your math, how to read your science, how to read your social, how to read your language. There is a teacher who tells you. So similarly, for spiritual things also, we need a teacher. Without teacher, we cannot do anything. And Balarama is our teacher. Without mercy of Balarama, we won't be able to get Krishna. So after talking to Yogamaya like that, what did Yogamaya do? Yogamaya circumambulated around Krishna, paid her obeisances to Krishna, and then later she used her spell, and then she made everybody sleep. Like here, Devaki was sleeping, and there Rohini was sleeping, and then she transferred the baby from Devaki to Rohini. And Devaki was thinking that, oh, I lost my baby. But actually, she didn't lose the baby. It's just that baby went into the tummy of Rohini. And then the form of Lord situated in the pure, unalloyed heart of Vasudeva is not different from the original form of Krishna. The appearance of the form of Krishna anywhere, and especially within the heart, is called Dhamma. Dhamma refers not only to Krishna's form, but also to his name, his qualities, his paraphernalia. Everything becomes manifest simultaneously. So what happened next? Next, Krishna is going to appear. How Krishna is going to appear? Krishna is going to appear first in the heart of Vasudeva. So he's going to appear in the heart of Vasudeva. So it is called as Dhamma. Wherever Krishna is there, that is known as Dhamma. Dhamma means like a place, shelter. So Dhamma refers not only to Krishna's form, but also to his name. So Krishna's name and Krishna's form and Krishna's activities and Krishna's paraphernalia, like the things that he carry, all of them are not different. They are all same. So we don't need to worry that, oh, I'm chanting the name of Krishna, but Krishna is not present. No, if we are chanting the name of Krishna sincerely, devotedly, actually Krishna is present there. Because Krishna's name, his quality, his paraphernalia, everything is same. So first Krishna appeared in the heart of Vasudeva, and then later he was transferred from the mind of, he transferred to mind of Vasudeva, and from there to he was transferred to mind of Devaki, exactly as the sun rays move. So then from the mind of Devaki, he went into the womb of Devaki. So now that Supreme Lord, who doesn't need to take any birth, is now in the womb of Devaki. So anybody wants to read this one? You can raise, okay, Bhumi, go ahead.
Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thus entered the body of Devaki from the body of Vasudeva, without being subject to any of the conditions of an ordinary living entity. Since Krishna was there, it is to be understood that all his plenary expansions, such as Narayana, and incarnations like Lord Narasimha and Varaha were with him. They also were not subject to the conditions of material existence.
Thank you, Bhumi. I will ask Mihika to continue. Go ahead, Mihika.
Mataji, is it from in this way?
Yeah.
In this way, Devaki became the residence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is one without a second and the cause of all creation. Devaki became the residence of the Absolute Truth, but because she was confined with the house of Kamsa, she looked just like a suppressed fire or the like misused education. When fire is kept in a jug, the illuminating rays of the fire cannot be very much appreciated. Similarly, misused knowledge within the prison walls of Kamsa's place, and no one could see her transcendental beauty, which resulted from her conceiving the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So when Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna came into the body of Devaki, not only just Krishna, all his expansions are there. Narayana, Narasimha, Varaha, everybody is there. So it is almost as if like the spiritual world is inside Devaki's womb. It is very difficult for us to assume or imagine or conceive, but it is exactly like that. And Devaki was glowing with spiritual light. It is not so visible because she is in prison, but at the same time, Kamsa, he notices that. He sees her sister and he thinks that, oh, why she's having some different kind of a beauty altogether. So far, she was not having this. There is something going on. Definitely, the baby that Devaki is carrying now, this time, is sure Vishnu in her womb. So then he thinks, let me kill this baby immediately. Then he thought that no, then I will become even more bad, because if I kill somebody in the womb like a pregnant lady, that becomes even a bigger sin, and nobody will do that. So he is like, any intelligent man can understand the laws of God cannot be violated. His purpose will be spurred in spite of all impediments offered by the demons. Kamsa thought, if I kill Devaki at present moment, Vishnu will enforce his supreme will more vehemently. To kill Devaki just now would be a most abominable act. No one desires to kill his reputation, even in an awkward situation. If I kill Devaki now, my reputation will be spoiled. So he thinks, like, he already predicts that Krishna is in the womb of Devaki, and he thinks that if I kill her now, Lord Vishnu may become even more angry, and he may make plans to kill me immediately. Let me not do that, and let me not spoil my name more. Let me wait, because I gave shelter to a pregnant woman. I will not kill her. I will later kill her kid. So this is the idea of Kamsa. It is not that Kamsa was doing things more. It is like he was already doing more cruel things, but at times he also knows, and then he's not able to follow the rules of the God. So all these demons, actually, they are not doing mistakes because they don't know. They know, but they don't accept that Krishna is supreme, and then his acts and his laws are supreme. They think that they are supreme and they can override the rules of Krishna. And eventually they will learn in a hard way. So that is what here Kamsa is deliberating, like, no, let me not kill the baby, even though my sister is glowing. So finally, Kamsa decides not to kill her, and he waits for Krishna to be born. And then he thinks that I'm going to take my revenge on that baby. In the meantime, all the Devi Devatas, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all the Devi Devatas, they know that the whole spiritual world is in the womb of Devaki. So they all come and they all offer prayers to Devaki. So Devaki is carrying now Krishna, and all the Devi Devatas, they come and offer the prayers to that Supreme Lord who is in the womb of Devaki. So you all see in the picture? So they were all offering wonderful prayers to Krishna. They say that how Krishna keeps his promise. He has promised to Bhumi Devi that he is going to protect her. So to keep his promise, how Krishna is appearing in the womb of Devaki like a normal human being. Krishna Krishna, when he appears in this world, he is not having a material body like us. Our body actually goes through changes, like it will be born, it will grow, after some time it will get diseases, and we will become old and we will die. It's not the case with Krishna's body. Krishna's body is made of spiritual things. It is not made of a material. It is not made of material. Krishna's body is made of spiritual, and he comes exactly in the form how he is in the spiritual world. Krishna's body does not go through the changes what our body go through, and he can do anything with any of his body parts, and he is not influenced by the modes of material nature, that he won't act good when goodness is influencing him. He won't act passionate when mode of passion is on him. And he won't act ignorant when ignorant is him, because all these modes are under him, are under his control. So all these Devi Devatas are praying to Krishna and telling how that eternal supreme Lord keeps his promise, protect his devotees, Paritranaya Sadhunam, how he comes and appears in the womb of Devaki. He doesn't need to do that, but he does that to show his love to his devotees and also to keep his promise. And they also say about this material body that we are carrying, they compare this material body to a tree. So that this is how the Devi Devatas pray to Krishna, and he tell him how he knows past, present, and future. So they first start by saying that, oh Lord, you are so merciful. You always keep your vow. You kept your vow that you will be born in Devaki and Vasudeva's womb. Not only that, you kept your vow that you have given to Devi Devatas and Mother Earth that you are going to protect. And then how we don't identify you. So they also explain that. So in this way, all the Devi Devatas, they offer prayers to Krishna, who is in the womb of Devi, who is in the womb of Devaki. And after offering their prayers, they all went back to their abodes. So we will be reading tomorrow, next week, how Krishna was born. So today we will conclude here. And I would like all of you to share something from today's session that you have learned or you remembered. One point each. Okay, Mihika, go ahead. What did you learn today?
So Mataji, I learned about like how Vasudev was like very like full of word of honor, and he also knew that Krishna was coming. So then he decided to do whatever he could and go through how like much sorrow so that the Lord could come.
Very good. Bhumi?
I learned about like how Krishna was born, like the how like 6 childs were gone, and 7 child was moved, and then now the 8th child.
Yeah, wonderful. You summarized that. Very good. Manhar?
I learned that we should try to be honest like Vasudev.
Very good. And which child is Balarama? What is the number? Balarama's?
7.
7. Okay. Shaisha?
7.
Can you be louder, Saisha? I can't hear you, please.
I learned that Kamsa has a lot of very bad friends and not any good of.
You learned that Kamsa acted very bad.
No, Kamsa has a lot of very bad
friends.
Like bad.
After bad, I cannot hear your word. Maybe it is very...
Mataji is saying that Kamsa has very bad friends.
Yeah, Kamsa has all very bad friends. Yes. So I also learned... Okay. Okay, go ahead, Govinda.
Well, in one of the slides, showed all the demons' friend, but one they saw the Devaka.
Devaka.
Divida.
Divida was also a demon. Who comes?
Which one?
There is a story about that also. So we will be learning the stories about all these demons.
I don't know who's Divika.
What is that?
I don't know who is.
Okay, we are going to know. Remember all these names and see that we are going to learn about all these demons, how they attacked Krishna.
We know most of these demons.
Yeah, we know. Who is the first demon who attacked Krishna?
Putna.
Putna.
So next week we are going to learn how Krishna was born and how Krishna was transferred and all. And then maybe we will cover Putna's story also. So I want you all to focus on the details of these stories. See, summary wise, you all know the stories, but like the details that you should know. One detail you all missed. I will see if anybody will share. What is one detail in today's story that we learned that you all missed? Anybody can remember?
To always be honest.
No, there is one detail. What happened before Krishna was born? With whom Krishna had a conversation?
With Yogamaya.
With Yogamaya. Krishna had a long conversation with Yogamaya. And what does Krishna ask Yogamaya to do?
To transfer Balaram from Devaki to Rohini.
Transfer Balaram from Devaki to Rohini. And what did he order her to do? What did he say to her?
To take birth.
Yes.
To take birth at
Yashodas.
And Nanda Maharaj. And
yes, Daksha. Yes. He ordered her to take birth, and he also told her that in this world, people will pray to you for material things, and you will be known by these names. So Krishna also told that to Yogamaya. And that's why Yogamaya and Krishna appeared as brother and sister. And what happened next when Krishna came into the womb? Is that only Krishna was in the womb of Mother Devaki?
All the
potentials
is in Devaki's womb.
So Devaki's womb, what it became? It became a spiritual Golok Vrindavan. It became spiritual world, because everything, all Krishna's paraphernalia, expansions were also present. So wherever Krishna is there, so Krishna is very far away in his spiritual world. Now Krishna has come to this material world. So immediately what did the Devi Devatas do? Because they also cannot see Krishna. He is very far away in spiritual world. And now Krishna has come to this material world. So they immediately took this opportunity. And what did they do?
They came and they started offering prayers.
They came and they started offering prayers before the Lord appeared. They all came, everybody. They came and they prayed to Krishna. And then, so what happened? In between, Narada has done something. What did Narada do? Why do you all think Narada hurried Kamsa?
So that Krishna could come more earlier.
Krishna's plan can be executed more faster. He doesn't want Kamsa to dilute his thing. Okay, Manhar, we're going to stop anyway now. So wonderful, all of you. I like your participation and answering the questions. So now from tomorrow onwards, we will be, I didn't go into the details of prayers by the demigods, because that is all philosophy. So I only touched on top and important points, because we are going to now discuss mostly the pastimes. So I want you all to note the details of those pastimes. So next time when anybody asks you to tell the birth story of Krishna, it should not be like Krishna was an 8th child. He was born in the mother of Devaki's womb. You should be able to tell all the story before. How it happened, what happened, what did Krishna do before he was born, who are the children before Krishna, what happened to the 7th child. So all these details you should be able to tell in your story. In that way, if we remember Krishna's story, we will be able to meditate. Okay? Thank you all so much. We can stop here. Anybody have any questions or comments or good? All good? Bhumi, Mehika?
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you all so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Bye, Mataji. Hare
Bye,
Krishna.
Daksha. Hare Krishna, all of you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mika.